Who are those umps? Do you know them? Yep. Oh, okay. Controversy reigns. Thanks. Controversy will reign today. Watch. Art's a nice guy. I like him. Yeah, but he's not a. What's, yeah. Yeah. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 5 4 3 2 1. Testing.
Avon entered this game with a 21-7 record. Their head coach, Don Anaselli. He's starting lineup. Leading off at playing first base, number 4, Sean Delgado. Batting second, third baseman number 10, Will Freeman. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Justin Olson. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 14, Jeremy Sarwensky. Batting fifth and second for Avon, number 12, Ryan Olstead. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 18, Miles Ornstein. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 11, Chris Jacobs. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 5, Brady Williamson. And batting ninth, center fielder, number 13, Joe Suski. Pitching for Avon, number 62, Connor Harris. And the remaining coaches and players for Avon. Ladies and gentlemen, your umpires for today's game. At third base, Mr. Leo Baza. At first base, Mr. Bill Kaplan. And behind the plate, Mr. Art Hanna. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you rise. Join with us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, it's time for American Legion Baseball here on SportingNewsCT.com. We're in the Super Regional Tournament. This is an elimination game between the Waterford Post and Avon Post. Hi, I'm Steve Riley, and today from beautiful Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut, we've got this American Legion elimination game. And Waterford, who had a regular season record of 21-5, lost yesterday to South Windsor 4-0. Uncharacteristically, Waterford made 4 errors, but to get to the Super Regionals, they beat Winstead 6-1, then beat Tolland 2 out of 3 games in the regionals, losing 8-0, winning 6-1 and 3-1. Avon lost yesterday 7-2 to Waterford. leaving 12 runners on base. The Zone 1 champs had a regular season record of 19-5, and they got here by beating Southington 2 games out of 3 in the regionals. They won 3-0. They lost by forfeit, and then they won 3-2 in the final game. So both these teams will try to stay alive in the tournament. That's the mantra, survive and advance somehow. They will have to win, I believe, 4 games in a row if they're going to win the Connecticut State Championship, as Avon takes the field. For Waterford, they'll be in their red jerseys with white pants and white stirrups. Some of them have the blue and white stripes across them. They're in the first base dugout, and their lineup is as follows. Leading off is Mike Rocchetti, the shortstop. He'll be followed by Kevin Johnson, the second baseman. Alex Petchark, the third baseman, will bat third. Catcher Justin Keating will bat in the cleanup spot. Nick Perazzi, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Tyler Yeomans will play right field and bat sixth. Colin Bakken, yesterday's starting pitcher, will play first base and bat seventh. Matty Driscoll be the designated hitter today. He'll bat eighth. And in center field, out there tossing the ball around with his left fielder, is Bobby Silva. He will bat ninth. On the mound for Waterford today is John Pellegrino. Well, taking his pregame warm-ups now for Avon is Connor Harris. And behind the dish, catching the balls in strikes, is Ryan Olestad. Sean Delgado is down there at first base, tossing that baseball around the infield. At second base is Chris Jacobs. At shortstop is Justin Olson. At third base is Will Thraman. Out there in left field, it's Brady Williamson, and center fielder Joe Susky. Miles Borenstein is out in right field. It's a big ballpark here. If you've never been to this field at Muzzy Field, if you haven't, where have you been? 335 down the left field line. Down the right field line, it's 326. And in right center, well, a little bit in right field more or less, it's 330. Then as you go out to right center, it's 369. 402, it looks like just in left center out there. And 359 in left field. And in right at the left field line, as I said, looks like 339. Field in great condition today. They do a great job here at Muzzy Field. Great game, great place to watch a ball game. The roof over the heads of all the fans, except when they have the overage seats down the right field and left field line. Well, it's Avon now, all their infielders with their pitcher Connor Harris grouped together on the mound. The Zone 1 champions will try to stay alive in this tournament. Waterford ended up second, I believe, in their zone. And leading off now is Mike Rocchetti. And the first pitch of the game is ball one. It looked a little high. Well, there's Connor Harris, the long-haired right-hander. Winds and deals, fires the fastball in there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Mike. And there's a curve, so it's 2-1. Connor Harris is a rising senior at Avon High School. It's his 3rd year on the Legion team. He actually runs a charity golf tournament with his dad called the Dober. There's a chopper foul over the top of the Waterford dugout. He wears number 62 because he says his favorite player growing up was Jobber Chamberlain, although his nickname is Jeep. He's very passionate about giving back to the community. He also participated in the Rawlings Future Showcase earlier this year for upcoming players. And right there, I probably jinxed him as he just hits Mike Rocchetti. So the leadoff hitter for Waterford is now aboard. Kevin Johnson steps up to the plate now. Johnson was 1 for 3 yesterday. Trailing off first now is Rocchetti. There's a strike called as Ryan Olmstead tried to fake a throw down there to first base. And here's the 0-1 count, is taking that 3-step lead over at first is Rocchetti. And that was a throw over to first, and getting back rather easily is Rocchetti. Well, the view you're looking at right now in this game is through a GoPro camera, so we're trying to get video at both games. Don Boyle with the call over there at Palmer Field. In Middletown, he has our more sophisticated camera. This one trying to give you an image of the game through a GoPro lens. And a little while from now, got word into Don Boyle to try to adjust it. The runner goes, and there's a hesitation throw. They won't be in time that time. The catcher, Olestad, looks like he got caught up a little bit in his glove. And that's a stolen base on the part of Richetti. So right off the bat, Waterford today wearing they're red shirts. Yesterday, I believe they were white with red lettering. Today, they're red shirts with white lettering. And now here's the 1-1. They show bunt, and he pulls back, so it's 2-1. Johnson yesterday was hit by a pitch himself. He also singled, flied out to center, grounded out to the first baseman. So, and there's a bunt up the third baseline. It's a nice one. Scooped, though, by Thraman and thrown over to first, but a pretty sack bunt by Johnson. And just like that, Waterford gets a runner over to third base with less than 2 outs. So Waterford electing the strategy of bunting early in the game. Some teams believe in it, some teams don't. And Alex Petchark steps in the box. Now, Alex was 2 for 4 yesterday. The middle infielders are back and the corner infielders are up. First pitch curve is blocked well by the catcher, Olstead. That was a curve that went about 59 feet. Olstead did a nice job of saving a run there. So Thraman's up just about even with the bag. The first baseman, Delgado, is further up. He's about 2 steps in front of the grass area. Middle infielders are standing way back. And here's the 1-0, and there's a line drive right at the left fielder. The runner tags. Will he go? Yes, here comes the throw, and it won't be in time. And Waterford is struck early. The strategy worked to a degree there as they scored their first run of the game on that sac fly to left field. So without the benefit of a hit, that's speed will do that for you. A hit batter, a stolen base, a sac bunt, a sac fly, and Waterford leads it 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Up comes Justin Keating now. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. And the first pitch to him is a curve outside for a ball. The 1-0 is a fly ball slicing down the right field line towards the picnic area, and that ball is going to be foul. Hustling after it was Sean Delgado and Miles Bornstein, but couldn't quite get it as that ball went down near the bullpen on the right field line. Also going off today on our network on the other channel is the other elimination game coming from Palmer Field. There's a ground ball to short, and Olsen gets it, throws it on the run for the final out of the inning. But Waterford strikes first here in the top of the first. They get 1 run on no hits, no errors. They leave no one on base. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first. Avon coming up to bat.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
While I was overseas, the American Legion...
We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment.
Well, back up here at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut. We're in this elimination game between Waterford and Avon. It's the bottom of the first, and up for Avon. First will be Sean Delgado, the first baseman. Will Thraman will follow him. He's playing third, and we already met him today. Justin Olson, the shortstop. He already made a play today, so we got to know him. He's batting third. Jeremy Zarwanski is the designated hitter, batting in the cleanup spot. The catcher, Ryan Olestad, will bat fifth. Miles Borenstein, the right fielder. Sixth, Chris Jacobs, the second baseman. Seventh, Brady Williamson, the left fielder. Eighth, and Joe Susky, the center fielder, batting ninth. On the mound for Waterford is John Pellegrino, as he just stretched out his neck a little bit there to loosen up. And he throws his first pitch high for ball one. Behind the plate is big Justin Keating. Down at first, Colin Bakken. Kevin Johnson at second. Mike Rocchetti at short. And there's a fly ball into right center field. Running it down and making the one-handed catch is Bobby Silva. And out there in left field, Nick Perazzi. And the designated hitter for Waterford batting for Pellegrino, as you know, is Matty Driscoll. He's already been introduced. So Will Thraman steps up now. Thraman yesterday was 1 for 3. And he grounds one hopper to third baseman. All the way to first throws Alex Petrarch. One pitch, and Thraman is retired. So with 2 outs, up comes Justin Olson, the shortstop. Justin was 0 for 2 yesterday. There's a team, if you want to have averages for one game. Avon batted .276, Waterford .269. Yesterday, Waterford got 7 hits, and Avon got 8 hits. Both teams got a double. First pitch is a sidearm toss by Pellegrino, is outside, ball one. If you just joined us, we just got underway. Waterford on a hit batter, a sac bunt, stolen base, and a sac fly, and they lead it here 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Olson batting from the left side, and he takes 3 balls now and no strikes. Olson, a 2-year captain at Avon High School. He had .406 his senior year. He's going to pitch at Trinity next year. And he was All-State this year as he takes ball 4. And Avon has a 2-out base runner. Olson was born in Florida. And I guess he loves all sports in the Tampa Bay area. And he actually rides equestrian in his free time over there. Let's see if he not only can ride the horse, but he can run, as he now is on first base. And Jeremy Zarwanski steps in, the designated hitter. And the first pitch to Jeremy is down low for a ball. Zarwanski also is a 2017 Avon High School graduate. He was an all-conference player, that's the CCC, in both 2016 and 17. Played football. He's going to go to Newberry, South Carolina College next year to play baseball. And here's the 1-1 inside. And it's 2-1. And from the stretch, and there's that ground ball towards the middle. This should be an easy double play if he gets it. He didn't need it because there's 2 outs. All right, so scored that one 6 unassisted. And Avon is retired in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll be back at the top of the second inning with the score: Waterford 1 and Avon 0.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Back here at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut, it's a cloudy day. Not too warm, though, compared to the last few days in here in Bristol, Connecticut. Well, leading it off in the top of the second inning for Waterford will be Nick Perazzi. Perazzi yesterday was 1 for 3. Pops the first pitch up, and that's going to be out of play right in front of us. As it collides with a bench right before the press box. Beautiful new press box here at Muzzy Field. They did a lot of great renovations here in the last couple years. And the 0-1 is a cut on and missed. As that time you saw Connor Harris lose his hat there. Right, that long bushy hair of his. Looks like the Grom of the Mets as he winds and deals. And he just misses outside, so it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in the top of the second inning. Waterford with a slim 1-0 lead here. Without the benefit of the hit, they scored a run. And there's a bloop into shallow center field. The second baseman looks like he has it, and Jacobs does. Score that one a P4, and up comes Tyler Yeomans. I think I was mispronouncing his name yesterday, and I apologize for that. So Tyler went in there with stirrups really high up under, just under his knees, with those blue and white stripes, as several of the other players of Waterford wear. And here's the first pitch, the curveball, the beauty. Spins right over the plate at the knees. 0-1 now to Yeomans. Yeomans yesterday was 1 for 4 as he fouls one back into the screen. The only hitter yesterday for Waterford to have multiple hits was Petchark. Johnson hit safely, as did Keating, Yeomans, Perazzi, and Bakken. Rounded out their 7 hits. There were no RBIs for them yesterday. They got shut out. That's strike 3 called, but it gets by the catcher. And that's going to be a strikeout, and how they scored that is whether it's an error or wild pitch, I would imagine. So it's a strikeout, wild pitch, gets the runner at first base. Colin Bakken steps up to the plate now. As baseball rules say, unless there's 2 outs, well, if there's 2 outs, you got to run. If the base is occupied with less than 2 outs, the batter would automatically be out if first base was occupied. There's a foul ball out of play. I wonder what the origination of that rule was and why they decided to do that. They allow the batter to run the first if it's unoccupied or if there's 2 outs. Working from the stretch is Harris. Foot against foot, he kicks high, deals, throws a fastball that's tipped into the glove of Olstead. So it's 0-2 now to Colin Bakken. Bakken didn't pitch all that badly yesterday. He just didn't get the defensive support. As Waterford committed 4 errors. And I think it was 3 out of 4 of those runs yesterday were unearned. As Bakken stays alive with that foul ball back to the net. Straddling off first is Yeomans. And Harris checks him, looks over. Harris with those blue and white caps as time is called. The face of the cap is white, the beak looks powder blue, and the back of it looks navy blue. Avon, as I said, won the zone 1. I believe behind them was Bristol. And Simsbury. Cut on and missed that strike 3, second strikeout of the inning for Harris. One of them, though, is standing on first base. Now batting from the left side is Matty Driscoll. Driscoll yesterday did not have an official at-bat. And there's a ball in the dirt. 1-0. And there's a looping fly ball on the left field line. It's going to be close to being fair, and it's foul. And we'll do it again. It's 0-1 now to the lefty, Driscoll. Driscoll did not have an official foul yesterday because he walked a couple of times. One ball, one strike now. 3 outs up on the scoreboard. Oh, okay. They can't fix it, so we know there's 2 outs. But Matty Driscoll now steps in with 2 strikes on him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And pitches low, so it's 2-2. We did have a ball hit out of the park yesterday. Joe Celio hit it out for West Hartford. They'll be playing in the afternoon winners bracket game against South Windsor. And now time is called as the pitcher Connor Harris stepped off. And there's a windup in the pitch. There's the stretch. There's a ground ball to second. Jacobs gets the rolling ball to him and throws it over to Delgado for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base for Waterford in the top of the 2nd inning. We'll be back at the bottom of the 1st. Avon trailing 1-0.
Service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
While I was overseas, the American...
Well, Ryan Olstead leads it off here for Avon, the bottom of the 2nd. The first pitch strike, and then there's a fastball that's ripped into left field. So Olstead has the first hit of the game for Avon hitting, and he has a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that brings up Miles Bornstein, the right fielder. Miles was 1 for 4 yesterday, scored 1 of the Avon's 2 runs yesterday as he takes ball 1. Behind the plate, the umpire is Art Ham. Down there at first base, Bill Castellan. Leo Bauzaz, the third base umpire. And there's a bloop out to the right fielder, and he just, on the run, catches it one-handed. Score that one an L9 soft, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. Brings up Chris Jacobs, the second baseman for Avon.
Second baseman, number 11, Chris Jacobs.
Chris, a 2017 Avon High School graduate. He's attending Bentley College this fall, and he takes a strike. This year for Avon's high school, he also hit 2 home runs. And he was a member of the 2015 NCCC championship team at Avon. And there's a pop-up in foul ground. The first baseman, Bakken, makes the easy catch. 2 outs. That brings up Brady Williamson. The 2016 graduate at Avon Old Farms hit over 300 for their varsity this year. There's a line drive base hit on the first pitch curve. And that one just scorched up the middle as a ducking Pellegrino gets out of the way. Second hit of the game for Avon now, and they're all in this inning. Brings up Joe Susky, the center fielder. Call him JoJo Susky, I guess. He's also a 2017 graduate of Avon Old Farms. Played football and baseball for them. He's going to go to Hamilton College to kick on the football team. And his brother Ben is one of the assistant coaches. Ben plays his baseball at Bedoin College, so brothers that play baseball. There's a slow roller, like a swinging bunt up the third baseline. The pitcher Pellegrino gets it, and it won't be in time. An infield single for Joe Susky, and we got bases loaded. And that's going to bring up the top of the order is Sean Delgado steps in. Delgado was 1 for 2 yesterday, scored a run. Delgado walked, was hit by a pitch single. There's a ground ball to short, and it's bobbled by the second baseman. He'll have to hurry to first. Did he get him? No! So an error scores the run, and we're all tied up. As Olstead scores, Brady Williamson scampers down to third. Susky hustles to second, and now Delgado is on with the Waterford error. And here's the pitch. Inside hits the batter. Another run will score. So now Avon has taken a 2-1 lead. Well, I know a walk you get an RBI. I would assume if you get hit, you might get an RBI. You do? Yeah, thanks, Dave. Let's get that from official scorer Dave Greenleaf. As out goes the coach from Waterford to talk to Pellegrino. With 2 outs, we had a runner on base and then a single by Williamson. Susky got an infield single. Delgado gets on an error, and now the pitcher has hit the batter, so just like that, Avon has a 2-1 lead. And up comes Justin Olson to number 3 hitter. He has a chance now to get some RBIs as the bases remain loaded with 2 outs. And Olson was 0 for 2 yesterday. He walked twice. And he steps into that left-hander's batter's box. And that one is low, ball 1. Justin Olson. There's a hard ground ball between first and second. I may get through. No, it's beaten out by the first baseman. Bakken comes to second run, and they score another one. So it looks like that might be scored an infield hit. It looked like a hit and an error, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be an infield single, and that's going to score 2 runners. As that's going to be Delgado scores. Throttman gets over to third, so we got runners at the corners now. And Avon is ahead 4-1. Jeremy Zarwanski, the 9th hitter to come to the plate this inning for Avon. 6 of them with 2 outs. And his first pitch is inside to the lefty Zarwanski. The designated hitter grounded out to short his first time up. As there's runners at the corners with 2 outs. Another fastball. Oh, that one's in there. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike now. The inning started with a single by Olstad. Bornstein lined out, a pop and foul ground. It looked like they weren't going to get much. There's a foul ball down the left field line. Chasing it's the left fielder, and he makes the catch. That's Nick Perazzi. Nice catch there by Perazzi, and the inning is over. But the damage was done. There's 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, actually 4 hits on 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. We'll be right back with the top of the 3rd inning. Avon now has a 4-1 lead.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Well, the first pitch of the top of the third inning, and there's a fly out, is Bobby Silva just flied out to center field. Sorry about that. I was trying to get back from a commercial. Got a multitask here in the booth. Run the commercials as well as call the game, and here's the ball down low. It's 1-0 now to leadoff hitter Rocchetti, who was hit by a pitch, stole the base, got moved to third on a sac bunt, scored a run in the first. And Connor Harris shakes off the first pitch. Now he winds and deals. Fastball, that one's low. 2-0 now to Rocchetti. And the 2-0 pitch, the ground ball between short and third, charging it hard as a shortstop. He'll throw it on the run. Nice play by Justin Olson there at short. Well, in the other game today, over at Bill Pomfret Stadium at Palmer Field in Middletown, we have the other elimination game between Trumbull and Greenwich. And check the eye score on that one, see if there's any score yet, and there isn't. They are in the top of the third inning. And Kevin Johnson steps up to the plate now. Kevin sack bunted his first time up. Takes a first pitch curve for a strike. And now he asked for time. He wasn't ready yet, and the pitcher, Harris, tried a little bit to quick pitch him. There's no pitch. The batter started putting his hand up, and he really is not a home plate umpire. Art Hams wipes off home plate. And now he gives the signal to pitch. So Harris now will go in the wind up with the 0-1 pitch to Johnson. Tipped foul. Johnson chased that ball. It's probably outside. So it's 0-2 now. 1 run on no hits, 1 error for Waterford. 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors for Avon so far in this elimination game. The winner stays alive. The loser season is over. And there's a pop-up in the infield, and calling it, waving everybody off, Sean Delgado, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the third. We'll be right back with the bottom of the third inning. Avon leading this game by a score of 4-1.
Was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service.
Sorry about that, a technical glitch there. Apologize for that. Back here at Muzzy Field, Avon has a 4-1 lead. They scored 4 in the bottom of the second. They sent 9 batters to the plate. And leading it off here for Avon will be the same young man who led off the prior inning. That's Ryan Olestad, who started it all off with a base hit to left. I'm sorry, this is going to be Zarensky. This is Olstead. And he takes the first pitch strike. Well, got a little confused there for a second. Pellegrino winds and deals, slide arms it, and he took a little off that one, and Olstead swung through it. So it's 0-2 now to Olstead. Up high, a fastball, sidearm gets him. First strikeout of the game for John Pellegrino. This afternoon's game, starting at 4 o'clock, is Avon. Will be playing West Hartford in a winner's bracket game. And there's one hopper to the second baseman that was hit by Bornstein, and he gets it over to first for the second out. So Bornstein is retired on one pitch, and that brings up Chris Jacobs. Chris had popped out in foul ground his last time up. One of the highlights of Chris's career is he hit a walk-off single versus Bristol on June 9th of this year. And he takes a strike. See, Pellegrino throws a variety of sidearm breaking balls. It's like a little bit of a slider. Fastball, and then he looked like every once in a while he throws in a change of sorts. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Jacobs. There's the pitch. That one's low. It's 2-1. Pellegrino looks in for the sign. He likes that one, and he deals low. It's 3-1. And here's the pitch. And that's ball 4. Second walk of the game issued by Pellegrino, and Avon will have a 2-out base runner. Last inning, disaster struck with 2 outs. And Pellegrino sure doesn't want to let that happen here. Short lead over at first by Jacobs, and there's a strike. And here's the 0-1, and there's a chopper up towards the second baseman. He'll have to hurry. He gets it into the midst, and he throws it to first base to retire the side. Well, for Avon in the bottom of the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. They left 1 runner on base. That's their 4th of the afternoon. We'll be right back with the top of the 4th inning after these messages.
Organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to make...
Well, back here at Muzzy Field, apologize for that, trying to straighten something out with the computer, and there's a ground ball to deep short, and nice throw by Justin Olson from Avon to get that runner out. So that's Petchak, who's retired 6-3. Top of the 4th, 4-1 in favor of Avon. They scored all 4 runs in the 4th inning. And it brings up Justin Keating. And the windup by Harris is a line drive foul on the left field line over the fence down that left field line. So it's 0-1 now to Justin. Said Keating yesterday was 1 for 4. And the strong catcher wearing those white wristbands. And here's the 0-1. It's a fastball low. And Harris looks in for the sign. From the first base side of the rubber, he throws a curveball. That one bounces in the dirt, gets by Olstad. So far in the game, Harris has struck out 2, walked none, hit 1. Hit the leadoff runner of the game who scored. No activity in either bullpen. As Harris takes a deep breath and now winds and deals. And there's a foul ball right side. And that one gets stuck in the netting over there above the rooftop here. Part of the renovations here at Muzzy Field included adding a rooftop area down the first base side and the installation of a very nice press box back here where I'm seated behind home plate. Here's the 2-2, and there's a hard ground ball, but it gets killed in the grass. And then over to first, Kevin Johnson, I'm sorry, that's Chris Jacobs, snaps it over to first base for the second out of the inning. Brings up the left fielder, Nick Perazzi. He was popped to second his first time up. And that's popped out of play. Almost hit a bird as a bird flew overhead. And here's a fly ball to center field. That should do it here. Is making the running catch is Susky. And there's 3 up, 3 down here for Waterford in the top of the 4th. They go down rather easily. We're halfway through this elimination game as Avon leads it 4-1.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
While I was overseas,
all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Well, moving on to the bottom of the 4th inning, Avon going to send up Joe Susky. Got an infield single, scored a run his last time up, and then the top of the order will happen. There's the first pitch in there from John Pellegrino, who's given up 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Hasn't hit anybody. Ran into a little trouble because of some errors out in the field and some infield singles that took fortuitous bounces for Avon. And that's baseball. It's 1-1. There's a chopper that's fielded by the third base coach down there of Avon. That's the head coach of Avon, manager Don Anicelli. He's assisted by Ben Susky, who's the assistant manager. Pete Delalio is the pitching coach. Walt Susky, the GM/coach. Tyler Mulberry is their hitting coach. And there's a pitch outside, so it's 2-2. Not to forget the Waterford coaches. Joe Mariani's their head coach. Mike Bono assists along with Aaron Russell. Norm Tanucci. There's strike 3 to Susky. I'm sorry, that's not Susky. That is Susky, right? So with 1 out, Sean Delgado comes to the plate. Other assistant coaches for Waterford, as I said, Norm Tanucci. Harold Hansen is the general manager of this Waterford American Legion team. Delgado got on an air, scored a run his last time up, and he takes a pitch inside, so it's 2-0. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Sidearm curve, kind of a slider, I guess, and that's a strike, so it's 2-1. So Pellegrino not afraid to throw breaking balls behind in the count. Keep these players honest. Delgado was a team captain at Avon High, and he takes ball 3. Played his baseball at Western Connecticut State University this year. But he's transferring to UConn this fall, and he hopes to play club ball at UConn. And there's a ball outside. So he walks. 3rd walk of the game issued by Pellegrino. He also played football. He was the quarterback of the Avon High School football team, and he was also a wide receiver. And he's also a black belt in karate. He says he's down at first base. And here's the pitch to Thraman. He's in there for a strike. He was hit by a pitch and ground out to 3rd. Thraman, the runner goes, and it was a low outside pitch, and the throw is not going to be in time. Very difficult pitch to try to throw a runner out, and Delgado has himself a stolen base. Thraman is a rising senior at Loomis Chaffee High School. He's a 2-year varsity starter there. 3rd year in this Avon program. For Loomis, Chaffee had a whopping .455 on-base percentage. And he's going to try to get an RBI here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, 4-1, Avon. Pitch is in there for strike 2. As the sun breaks through here at Muzzy Field in Bristol. And Pellegrino comes set and deals. That one is chased but fouled back into the screen. Just a protective swing that time by Thraman. Pellegrino comes set foot against foot, and he deals. That one's popped up in foul ground towards the dugout of Waterford, but it was just too low to be able to give Keating a chance to go catch it. And Thraman stays alive. And here's the 1-2 again. That one's upstairs. 2-2. And here's the 2-2. And that one's popped up foul out of play left side. Way up there out into the concourse area outside of the ballpark, which has also been beautifully renovated recently. And curveball, that one is fouled into the screen. So Thraman, being a pesky hitter, is running up that pitch count of Pellegrino. Pellegrino wearing those stretch socks high. I should say stirrups more than stretch socks. He comes set, checks the runner at second. It's old Delgado, and that one's high, so it's 3-2. 1 out on second base is Sean Delgado. He checks the infielders behind him and to his left and right rather. And here's the pitch. That one's inside. Ball 4. So that's 2 walks in a row issued by Pellegrino. It's his 4th walk of the game. 5th freebie of the game as he has hit a batter. As Justin Olson got an infield single, and out goes the coach from Waterford to talk to the pitcher, Pellegrino. And it looks like the head coach, Joe Mariani, talking to Pellegrino. Got to throw strikes. You just can't have guys walking around. Infield, he has no chance. The defense have no chance to help you with walks. So with 1 out now in first and second, that's Thraman on first, Delgado on second. Olson got an infield single and walked his first time up. Takes ball 1 outside. Looking for his first hit of these super regionals, and that ball's outside. All right, actually Olson got an infield single with 2 RBIs his last time up. Looking for his first single on the outfield, I should say, on the outfield grass. There's a high pop-up towards the shortstop, just about on the outfield grass, and making the catches with Petty. So there's 2 outs. Brings up Jeremy Zarwanski, designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Grounded to short, fly to left. So he's 1 for 6 from the tournament so far. Another big left-handed hitter. And Pellegrino's first pitch is inside for a ball. There's the ball. Almost hit him on the right shoulder. It's 2-0 now to Zarwanski. First baseman Bakken playing behind the runner there, way behind the runner for the left-handed batter. So it's 2-1 now. Zarwanski takes a strike. And here's the pitch. Fly ball to shallow left field, slicing towards the line, and making the catch is Perazzi, and that'll do it here for Avon in the bottom of the 4th. Well, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, but there was 2 runners left on base for Waterford. That's their 5th and 6th runners left on base here today. We'll be back at the top of the 5th inning, see if Waterford can poke back in this. They trail it 4-1.
SportingNewsCT.com is now streaming your team's big game. SportingNewsCT.com is Connecticut's broadcast home for high school sports, college sports, and American Legion baseball. Whether it's football, soccer, basketball, hockey, baseball, softball, or lacrosse, we stream it live. Can't watch the game live? Then check out our on-demand rebroadcast. Want a keepsake? Download an audio broadcast or order a DVD. There's more. SportingNewsCT.com features interviews with coaches, players, and administrators. The game's on. SportingNewsCT.com.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined. I never realized how much.
Well, back at Muzzy Field, welcome back to this elimination game between Waterford and Avon. Avon leads it by the score of 4-1. You know, looking up on iScore, over at Bill Pomfret Stadium at Palmer Field, Trumbull has scored 3 runs in the top of the 3rd to take the lead, and they're now in the top of the 4th. So Trumbull leads at 3-0 in the top of the 4th inning over there at Palmer Stadium. And Tyler Yeomans will step to the plate up now for Waterford in the top of the 5th. And starting pitcher Connor Harris now getting ready to start this 5th inning. He's struck out 2, walked none, but hit 1. And the first pitch is a foul ball right side. Yeomans last time up struck out, but it was a wild pitch. Struck out on it, so he ended up on first base. If not for that wild pitch since the first inning, Harris would have been pitching to the minimum. There's a foul ball right side. The Squirrels past the dugout of Waterford on the right side. And 0-2 now. Harris looks in for the sign. Stretches his neck out a little bit as his glove is pointed to the third base side. Curveball, that was ripped foul on the left field line. A little too close for comfort there for Harris on that 0-2 pitch. And count remains 0-2 to Yeomans. Here's the pitch, curveball. That one, another one's chopped into the Waterford dugout. Nice snag by one of the Waterford players. I mean, Avon players, rather, towards the Avon dugout on the third base side. Harris shakes off a pitch. Now he likes the one in time is called by the batters. He's ready to throw that next pitch very quickly. You can see he gets a little bit irritated by the timeouts, but once you start shaking pitches up, now he fires it, overthrows it, and misses. As that ball gets lobbed back to him, he catches it barehanded, so you can tell that time Harris fired it, but he's got to keep his composure. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Yeomans. Curveball, that one went in the dirt, blocked well. That could have been another strikeout wild pitch, so it's 2-2. And now stepping back behind the rubber is Harris. Now he walks back up, and Yeomans steps out. It's clear that Yeomans is getting to Harris a little bit. As now he winds and deals. Fastball, that one's popped up foul over our head. Right up on top of the roof here at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut. And you can see my friend down there, Chuck Berry, walking around looking for foul balls on the Muzzy Street. And there's a pop-up down the left field line, and that's going to be caught by the left fielder, and he does grab it. As Harris wins the battle and gets the Yeomans to fly out, and that brings up Colin Bakken, who struck out his first time up. And you can see the home plate umpire, Ardham, walking all the way out, giving a new baseball to the pitcher, but he didn't want it. Harris wants the one to just slide out. So Ardham puts the ball back in his ball bag. Colin Bakken got that two-tone bat in his hand. Wooden bat, all wood in Connecticut. There's a strike. I believe the rules changed this year. I was mistaken about that yesterday. The rules changed this year to allow composite BB core wood. At least that's what it looked like on the website. There's a ground ball to short, and Justin Olson scoops it and fires it over to first for the second out. He's retired 10 in a row now, has Connor Harris, and it would have been 12 if not for that wild pitch on Yeomans. His last time up. Matty Driscoll steps in. He's grounded to second base. So Harris cruising along here. Gave up 1 run in the first inning after a hit batter. Stolen base, sack bunt, sack fly. Swing and a miss. As Driscoll cut right through that hard fastball. Another hard fastball. This one he takes. Strike 2. There was some activity down there in the Waterford bullpen now. Harris shakes off 2 pitches, now nods yes to the third one and deals. Hard fastball. He didn't want to waste it. He just wanted to pump it by him, and you can see it in the emotion there by Harris as his hat fell off and he pumped his fist as he strikes out the third out here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Waterford. We'll be back in the bottom of the 5th. If you're an Avon fan, I guess you're stretching right now.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
While I was overseas.
All right, back here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Avon's going to send up Olstead, Borenstein, and Jacobs. They lead it 4-1. They've got 4 runs on 4 hits. They haven't committed any errors yet. And a bunch of infield singles and an error has cost Waterford dearly. And there's the pitch, and it's a line into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the day for Olstead. 5th hit of the day for Avon hitting. Maybe that's the 4th hit of the day. Let me just check the number of hits. Yeah, that's the 5th hit of the day. This brings up Borenstein, see if they employ the bunt strategy at all. But they have not done that. That one goes inside. Almost hits the shirt of Borenstein. And Miles steps back in. Miles Borenstein, one of the younger players of this team, and he takes a strike. He's the only member of the class of 2019 on the roster. And he started on the varsity as a sophomore this year. It was a recent Junior Legion call-up. And in his varsity, well, his under-19 American Legion debut, he went 4 for 4 against Unionville. He's up now with a runner on first and nobody out. 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Could be 2. Over to second for 1. Back to first. In time. Pretty 6-4-3 double play. Ricchetti to Johnson to Bakken, and just like that, there's 2 outs. And Jacobson comes up now. Chris Jacobs comes up. He popped out in foul ground to first base, and he walked. And there's the first pitch curve to Jacobs is down low. And the second pitch down low. So it's 2-0 now to Jacobs. And there's a strike. So ball down low, so it's 3-1 to Jacobs. There's strike 2. So the count is full to Chris Jacobs. As the crowd quiets down, there's ball 4. So Jacobs walks for the second time. That's the 5th walk of the day issued by John Pellegrino, rather. This is an elimination game, so the team that loses this game, their season ends. The team that wins, they move on, but they'd have to win, I think, 3 in a row to win the championship, as they lost their game yesterday to West Hartford with a score of 7-2. Looked like he took a little off that one, like a changeup outside, so it's strike 2. To Brady Williamson. Brady singled and grounded out to second base. He's an economics major at Boston College. He's been with the Legion program for 5 seasons, and they nickname him the veteran because he's been around for so long. There's a bloop slice down the right field line, and it's foul. Missed it by about 1.5 feet. 3 umpires out here for this game. We said Art Ham behind the plate. Bill Castellano just made that call down the first baseline. Leo Bauza over there near second base right now. As the clouds start to break up above us, and this sun's been out for a while now. Here's the 0-2 to Williamson. Curveball, that one's hit into center field past the outreach glove of the second baseman Johnson for a base hit. Sixth hit of the day for Avon. And they now have runners at first and second. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Joe Susky, who got an infield single. Scored a run back in the second inning and struck out. And Susky pops up the first pitch. And everybody's running around as the pitcher didn't call it. And the second baseman, Johnson, makes the catch to retire the side. So for Avon, they couldn't stretch their lead here in the bottom of the fifth. They come up with no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 runners on base. That's 8 total they've left on base here this afternoon. They still lead it by the score of 4-1. We'll be back at the top of the 6th inning. Waterford running out of time to catch up in this one.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
Well, here we are. It's the top of the 6th inning. Avon with a 4-1 lead in this elimination game. Both of these 2 teams trying to stay alive. And Connor Harris, he's been stellar. He's struck out 2. And he hasn't walked anybody yet. Hit 1 batter, actually the first batter of the game he hit. Since then, he's retired a slew of hitters in a row. If not for a wild pitch strikeout in the second inning, he would have had 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in a row he would have had, if not for that wild pitch strikeout. He still has 11 in a row. Not counting that. So number 9 hitter Bob Silva steps in. He's only been up once in this game. He flied to center field. And the first pitch is a hard fastball inside. Looks like Harris content to just pump fastballs. 0-1 to the 9 hitter now. And the windup in the pitch is sliced. Whoa, look out in that Avon dugout. And that ball sliced right at him. No real protection in front of the dugout other than a 3-foot screen. And I'll tell you, that one got into that dugout in a hurry. If they were asleep in that dugout, they're not now. As they all wake up, pay attention, and get lower behind the fence now. And here's the pitch. Inside, almost clipped him. Almost clipped the wing right off him. As Silva gets back in. He wiggles that bat behind his head. Here's the 1-2. Another fastball. That one sliced towards the Avon dugout. But it hits the screen and the netting to the home plate side of it. There's 1-2. Silva behind on that pitch, and Harris doesn't want to give in with something off speed. There's something off speed, but it misses. Maybe a change. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Harris disgusted with himself. He started the inning off with the 59 pitches he's thrown so far. As he shrugs his shoulders, here comes the 2-2, way up out. 3-2. Now he wants a different ball. Tell Harris, very temperamental type pitcher, is emotional. As they throw that baseball out of the game. And here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Only the 3rd strikeout of the game for Harris. 12th batter in a row. He is set down without getting to first base. Brings up the top of the order. Mike Ricchetti scored a run today, the only run for Waterford based on a hit by a pitch. He stole second, got the third on the bunt, scored on a sac fly. And he grounded out to short. First pitch to him is a fastball in there for a strike. Harris, that low pitch count, content to just pump fastballs right down there. And here's the 0-1. Shakes off the first pitch, nods to the second one, and deals. Fastball, strike 2. So it looked like there was an Olstead put 2 down and then decided to pump it. You could see the pitching coach on the left side for Avon calling the pitches as time is called. And here's the 0-2 pitch coming up. Hard fastball, swing and a miss. A little bit outside, he just got him. 2 strikeouts this inning in a row, and with 2 outs, up comes Kevin Johnson. You have to start looking at the number of outs Waterford has left now as they're down to 4. They need 3 runs to tie it. And up comes Kevin Johnson, who's 0 for 1. He also had a sac bunt. A wind-up in the pitch. Hard fastball. There's a ground ball to third. Backhanded by Traman. A long throw, one hopper scooped by Delgado. And the side is retired again. 1-2-3 for Waterford. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th as Harris keeps putting up zeros on the scoreboard for the other team. The bottom of the 6th coming up, and Avon will send to the plate the top of the order. Stay tuned for more American Legion Super Regional Baseball action here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people.
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Well, the bottom of the 6th comes up. Avon will send the top of the order to the plate. Sean Delgado steps in for the 4th time tonight. First pitch is down low from John Pellegrino in the dirt. He's flied out to right center, got out in an air and scored a run in the 2nd inning and walked. And there's another one in the dirt. There's some activity in that Waterford bullpen. And here's the 2-0. He lobs it and misses high. He just tried to pump it in there. It didn't work. 3 balls, no strikes now to Sean Delgado. And Waterford can't afford to give up any more runs. That one's inside, ball 4. And that's the 6th walk of the game by Pellegrino. And up comes Will Traman. We're going to get his name right now. We used to spell Thramann. We thought it was Thraman, but it's Traman. As out walks the Waterford coach now. As he makes his way out there, and time is out. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as he looks down to that right field bullpen. And we are. And with nobody out and a runner on first, John Pellegrino. His afternoon is done, but he's still responsible for the runner on first. We'll be right back to let you know who that pitcher is after this.
This is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Well, now pitching for Waterford is number 29, Kyle Kobaluk. Takes the mound now, tall right-hander. Comes in with a runner on first here, with his team trailing 4-1. So Pellegrino is still responsible for the runner on first, and the runner goes first pitch. Looks like a hit and run. They sweep it down the right field line. Is it going to drop? Fair it is! The runner on second scampers all the way to third, so the hit and run proves effective. As Sean Delgado now goes all the way to third base. And Trayman has himself a base hit there on that hit and run. That's the 7th hit of the day for Avon. And now, with nobody out, there's runners on first and third. So Justin Olson comes up now. And he got an infield. There's a rip down the right field line for a base hit. Coming home easily to score is Delgado. Scampering over to third is Trayman. And Avon gets some more insurance as they lead it now 5-1. So Delgado scores. Trayman gets over to third base on that hit and run, and Olson now is at first base with an RBI. That brings up Zarwanski. First pitch to Zarwanski is down low for a ball. So Kobaluk comes in and gives up 2 straight hits. And Zarwanski was 0 for 3 on the day. Try to put his team even further ahead. They lead at 5-1 here. There's a ground ball to third. The runner will have to hold. They check him and throw to first and get the out. On the play, Olson goes to second base. Scored that one a 5-3 fielder's choice, and there's one out now with runners at second and third, which will force Waterford to bring the infielders up on the edge of the grass. As the catcher, Ryan Olstead, comes up now. He's 2 for 3, scored a run in the second inning and also struck out. There's a base hit, will likely score 2 here. That big lead at second base. There's a high fly to right field. The runner on third base is tagging. Here's the catch. Here's the throw, and it's going to be cut off by the first baseman. Runner on second tagged, and they didn't even go for him. So the sac fly scores Thraman. As Olstead gets an RBI, Olson goes down to third, so there's 2 outs, but more importantly, Avon is now ahead 6-1. And that runner with the walk may be the only one that was earned off of Pellegrino's. There's strike 1 to Miles Bornstein. He's 0 for 3. Line to right, grounded to second, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. He'd like to have a little bit of redemption here for that. And there's a curveball low and away, so it's 1-1 to Bornstein. So Keating comes in, gives up 2 hits and a sac fly. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive right at the left fielder. He's coming in, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Well, for Avon here in the bottom of the 6th inning, they get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. They leave 1 runner on base. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th inning. Waterford's last chance now to come in to get back in the game. They need 5 to tie. See if they can do it after this.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
SportingNewsCT.com is now streaming your team's big game. SportingNewsCT.com is Connecticut's broadcast home for high school sports, college sports, and American Legion baseball. Whether it's football, soccer, basketball, hockey, baseball, softball, or lacrosse, we stream it live. Can't watch the game live? Then check out our on-demand rebroadcast. Want a keepsake? Download an audio broadcast or order a DVD. There's more. SportingNewsCT.com features interviews with coaches, players, and administrators. The game's on. SportingNewsCT.com. SportingNewsCT.com is now streaming your
Well, the top of the 7th inning for Waterford, they'll send up Petrarch, Keating, and Perazzi. They need 5 runs to tie this or their season's over. No. And Connor Harris on the mound. He's been stellar. Struck out 4, walked none, hit 1. Here's the first pitch. It's a curveball down low. Petrarch is 0 for 1. He had a sac fly, RBI, in the 1st inning, grounded out to short. Harris shakes off the second pitch. The second sign, and now he wants to. So he shakes off 2, and then he throws a fastball for strike. I think he just wants to pump fastballs. Well, he looks in for the sign again, shakes off another one, shakes off another one. So you got to wonder if that's a shake off or a fake shake off, because the pitching coach is calling the game. Either that or they allow him to shake off calls by the coach. And the coach just gives them a signal, and they go from there. It's 2 balls, 1 strike now. Curveball, that one's chopped foul and almost fielded by third base coach off his bare right hand. Sometimes dangerous to do. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Petrarch. Well, at 4 o'clock, a scheduled start is between Avon and West Hartford, the 2 winners of yesterday's games. West Hartford beat Avon 7-2, and South Windsor beat Waterford 4-0. Hard fastball, swing, and a tip into the catcher's mitt. Strike 3. That's 5 strikeouts for Harris. He's 2 away from putting his team into the next round. There's Justin Keating, who grounded to short, grounded to second, pops up. As so far today, this scoreboard is replete with the scorebook rather. There's a first pitch fastball, misses inside to Keating. There's a repeat with ground outs, fly outs. The only flaw in his pitching is the hit by a hit batter, the leadoff batter of the game. And the wild pitch on a strikeout. And there's the strike, so it's 1-1 now. So all ones on the board for Waterford. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run is all they got. 1 run on no hits and 1 error for Waterford. 6-8-0 for Avon. Curveball, that one misses, so it's 2-1. To Justin Keating. As Harris, the long-haired right-hander, deals. Curveball, that one's in there. 2-1 curves. He loses his hat. As you can tell, he's not afraid to throw that breaking ball behind in the count. As he looks up back at the scoreboard, rubs his pitching hand on his pants and chest, and he's ready to go. Keating trying to do something for this team. And here's the windup in the pitch. Hard fastball. It's popped up in the infield, and the second baseman, Jacobs, gets it. There's a pop to second base, so they're 1 out away is Avon from moving on in Waterford. Their season is almost over. This could be the last batter for Waterford's season. It's been a stellar one, as they had a regular season record of 21-5. And now, Parazzi, who popped a second, line to center. And here's the first pitch. There's a fly ball out of play right side, so it's 0-1. Harris content to pump down the fastballs as he senses it and smells it. Maybe. And now he looks in for the sign, shrugs his shoulders, and he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 2, so Waterford down to their last strike of the season. Harris loses his hat again as he gets back and walks around the mound. Parazzi wiggles that bat. Harris shakes off one. Now he steps back. He doesn't like the pitch call. And now he gets back up on the rubber. And he looks in for the sign. Looks like they're setting up low and away fastball. He does, and that was fouled into the Waterford side, almost in their dugout. And it's 0-2. And now Harris shakes one off, nods yes to one, shakes another one off. Really strange sequence. Here's the pitch. Misses outside as he loses his hat again. It's 1 ball, 2 strike now. Yeah, Harris takes a deep breath, takes another deep breath, and here's the windup in the pitch. Hard fastball. There's a ground ball that could be through the middle. It's diving stab by the second baseman. He lobs it to first, and he can't get it. The no-no has been broken up with an infield single by Nick Parazzi. As the fielders come over to talk to Harris, I tell you, the second baseman, Jacobs, gave it a dive, and he was able to get it. And sitting on his seat of his pants, tried to throw it to first. He got there in a bounce, but Parazzi was able to beat it out. So Waterford is broken up the no-hitter, and now they'll play Delgado, the first baseman, behind the runner at first with 2 outs. Yeomans comes up. He struck out and flied to left, and here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Is Nick Parazzi has broken up the no-hitter. And there's a foul ball down the right side, so it's 1-1. And here's the 1-1. Curveball in there for strike 2, so Waterford down to their last strike again. And the runner goes. Fastball is the ball. The runner steals second base easily, basically with indifference on the part of the infielders because first baseman wasn't even holding him on. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Harris looks in for the sign, he's trying to put this one away to Tyler Yeomans. Here's the pitch. Curveball bounces in the dirt, so it's 3-2. Harris loses his hat again. So Connor Harris nearly had a no-hitter. That ground ball to second was just too far up the middle, and Jacobs gave it a very commendable effort there as he dove and knocked it down, got it in his glove, but just couldn't make the throw. Here's the pitch from Harris. Hard fastballs lined out to right field. It should do it as the right fielder snags it with his glove, and the game is over as Waterford has lost to Avon by the score of 6-1 as Connor Harris has thrown a one-hitter. We'll wrap up this game after this.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Well, Avon wins it by a score of 6-1 rather. They got 4 runs in the second, 2 in the 6th. And for Waterford, they had their only lead of the game in the top of the first, where they scored a run on a hit batter, a sac bunt, a stolen base, and a sac fly. As Mike Ricchetti was the only one to get a sac fly for them. For Avon, the story on the defensive side is Connor Harris as he throws a one-hitter, an infield single by Nick Perazzi with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. For Avon, in the offensive side, they got 3 unearned runs in the second inning, or 4 unearned runs in the second inning. They all came with 2 outs. As the inning was led off by Ryan Olstead. He singled, and after 2 outs, Brady Williamson singled. Joe Susky got an infield single. An error allowed Delgado to get on base, and then Will Trauman was hit by a pitch. So when Delgado got on an error, that scored a run. When Trauman got hit by a pitch, that scored a run. And then Justin Olson hit an infield single and got 2 RBIs on the play as the ball scooted around the infield. So then in the 6th inning, Avon added to their lead when a leadoff walk to Sean Delgado chased starting pitcher John Pellegrino for Waterford in favor of reliever Kyle Kobaluk. Kobaluk then gave up a single on a hit and run to Will Trauman, and then another single by Justin Olson scored a run. And then later, after there was 1 out, Ryan Olstead got a sac fly RBI, and that did it for the number of runs for Avon. Well, the winning pitcher is going to Connor Harris for Waterford, as we said, throwing that one hitter. The loser is John Pellegrino. Didn't throw all that bad, did Mr. Pellegrino. Is he gave up 6 hits, only struck out 1, but big one is he walked 6 and hit 1. And even though the first 4 were not earned, the last two certainly were. So Connor Harris's record for the tournament goes to 7-0. He only gave up the 1 run, the only 1 earned run. He had 1 wild pitch. He hit 1 batter. And it was just a stellar outing by Mr. Harris. Well, the start time of this game was 1 o'clock. The time was 1 hour and 27 minutes. What a fast game that was. As Pellegrino, who only faced 1 batter in the 6th inning, gets the loss here this afternoon after Avon gets their extra 2 runs. Well, that'll do it here from Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut. It is approximately 4 o'clock. We'll have the second half of this doubleheader with West Hartford taking on South Windsor. West Hartford defeated Avon yesterday 7-2, and South Windsor yesterday defeated Waterford 4-0. Waterford, the first team eliminated from the tournament. Well, we'll be back at 4 o'clock for the call of the second game, so we'll go off the air right now And you can, I think the other game is still in progress. Let me double check it for you. The other game is in progress, and it's in the bottom of the 6th with Trumbull leading that game by the score of 8-0 now as they put up 5 runs in the top of the 6th to take a commanding 8-0 lead over Greenwich. So we'll be right back here at 4 o'clock. One more time, the final score here from Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut is Avon 6 and Waterford 1. Have a good afternoon, everybody. See you at 4.
The American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.